here, aka Grover Dill, and super excited to have all you guys here. Look, if you don't see that little live button down here, that just means that you missed it. But don't worry, hang on, hang tight, because we're gonna go over some really fun stuff tonight. Okay. Today's the seventh night for the Advent calendar opening, and I'm gonna just chill with you guys and answer some questions. Okay. I'm gonna wait for guys. I'm gonna wait for you guys to start to show up. Turn my tree on since it's not on just yet, and give it a little couple minutes for everybody to start to show up. What's up, Leslie? Hey, Wendy. How you doing? Let me pull this up a little bit taller. Maybe we can see the tree. Yo, Mike Miller is in the house. What up, Mike? Blast. Got the blast beer. Hey, Betty. How you doing? Nice to have you guys here. Good evening, Deanne. Alan. What's up, Paul? What's up, brother? Ralph Reeves, what's going on? What's up, you guys? I'm just gonna wait for some more people to pile in here so we can do the advent calendar. And then I'm just gonna kick back with you guys for about 25, 35 minutes, answer all your questions. I'm just gonna roll through them because you guys have gotten really a lot of good questions. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna get my book. I'll be right back because I know we got some other questions that I wanted to answer. All right, I'm coming. Yeah, there we go. All right, you guys. So do me a favor and tell me where you guys are from, and then I just want to say thank you guys for showing. But I want to know, like, from you, um, is this kind of cool for you? Do you guys love the fact that I'm like spending every single night or as many nights as I possibly can to go through the advent calendar and spend some time with you guys and answer all your questions? Just let me know if you guys are like enjoying that part of me sharing my life with you. Let me know what you guys think. Illinois is in the house. What's up, Mike? Dayton, Ohio. What's up, Mike? Wisconsin, Long Island. Nice. Hi from Toledo. Youngstown. Yup. Yup. Hell yeah. Right on. Appreciate that. Enjoying it to the fullest. Right on. Yes, yes. Paul. Florida. South Sunny, Southland, Mobile. Oh, Alabama. Mobile, Alabama. I love that place, man. It's beautiful down there. Still in Dayton Beach. Cool, cool. Yes. Right on. Appreciate that. That's awesome. All right. So somebody said, I love it. Michigan. We were up there the weekend before Thanksgiving and we're heading back to New York. All right, cool. From Texas in the house. I'm enjoying. Cool, cool. Loving this idea and what you're doing. Love your inside stories. Yeah, as you can imagine, I got a lot of stories. It's just you guys plucking them out of me so that I can share them with you. Appreciate that. All right. Oh, Joy, love this. We're always my favorite ACs. Oh, thank you, Mark. That's awesome, man. Appreciate that. Terre Haute. Terre Haute. Terre Haute. I think that's how you pronounce it in Indiana. Yeah, North Carolina. Northern Cali's in the house. Nice. Windsor, Ontario. What's up, Jason? Right on. Very cool. This is now a new Christmas thing. Yeah, it's kind of awesome, right? I mean, I've got some other ideas as well because, I know that there are a lot of families out there. I know that there's a lot of children that you guys are exposing a Christmas story to, which is so vital. Like, you guys have to put it on in your house, whether your kids like it or not, right? So remember, there might have been a time in your life where your mom and dad had it on in the house, and you got so sick and tired of hearing and listening to it. But as you grew older, it started to become part of you. It just is part of you, a Christmas tradition. And then maybe you later on in life, you actually you actually stop to watch it, and it really resonated with you. And then of course now you watch it all the time, every single year, and then now you want to share it with your kids. So I really appreciate you guys sharing this movie with the younger generation, right? Because I want you to know that our mission at a Christmas Story family is to keep this movie alive for generations to come, right? So guess whose responsibility is it to keep the generations going? It's yours. It's in your household. It's really making this experience with a Christmas and Christmas Story special for everybody, right? So that's awesome, man. Appreciate that. Hi, do you think Bob and Gene would like the new movie? Yeah, I would agree 100%. Do you think Gene would be proud of Peter doing the narration? 100%. I know he would be proud. You know why? Because Bob actually mentored Peter. So, Peter and Bob and actually Scotty, they lived very closely to each other. And so when Bob or Peter was really young after A Christmas Story, like, they really established a pretty good relationship. And that's why Peter's in the business that he's in. And that's because of Bob Clark. So, it's a very deep meaning for Peter to have been able to successfully pull this off, not only for like a dedication to Bob Clark and Gene Shepard, but to be able to create something that we as our generation saw when we were kids, to be able to continue that story, right? Because it is a story. We all got older, and to be able to create a movie that actually resonates with the same vibe, the same energy, the same kind of emotions and feelings and experiences. I mean, it's it's a very special thing for all of us, and I'm glad that you guys are loving it, because it means a lot to Pete, as you can imagine. It took a lot of time and energy to put this thing together and to make it as good as it is. And I don't think it could have gotten better in any other way, to be honest with you. That's not true. Maybe I could have got a bigger role in it. Just kidding. But everybody says that, which I would agree. I would love to have a bigger role in it, but everything happens for a reason, and I'm in it. That's all I can say. And it just came out very, very, very good. As a matter of fact, if you guys are going to be in Akron, Ohio, or close to it, on December 18th, I believe it is. Hold on, let me look at the calendar real quick. Yeah, no, December 18th, which is a Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. I'm waiting for Zach to let me know on confirmation if I can offer you guys tickets, because he's still getting approval from Warner Brother to do another private screening of A Christmas Story Christmas. And he's doing it for all of the fans that are actually coming down to the house to get some free autograph signings from him for donations for Alzheimer's. And so I'm actually going to be in Polaris, Columbus, partying and having fun with the guys that own the Christmas Story escape room. Plus, they got a horror one too. So we're gonna have a blast. Like, we're gonna go Christmas Story, go to the horror one. Like, we're gonna spend all day Saturday, and from 7 to 9 on Friday nights, and then most likely hanging out Friday night. So if you guys want to come down and hang out with me in Ohio in Polaris, I'm down to do whatever. But remember, I'm an early riser. I go to bed early, so you might not get a lot of me late at night. But of course, I'm probably going to hang out as much as possible too. So I love to hang out with you guys and just kick it and make that experience special. So I will announce everything as soon as we get the concrete information. I will be announcing everything. Okay. Perpetually, let me see, what was this question? So I wish you guys could get together and reenact the scene at the flagpole. That would be hilarious. We've done that so many times. Yeah. seen the video at the house. So much respect for the way you handled it. Always, I mean, I don't like to um, kind of, for me, because of the experiences that I've had in my life, I don't like to give my energy to somebody else. Like literally, my mental state of health is super important to me. And the way that I did my best to handle that situation. First of all, I was completely surprised. Second of all, we I love Brian. Like Brian and I have a really good relationship, and I don't understand. I still don't really understand why that happened, but it did, and it's over with. And I'm hoping it's water under the bridge. And so moving on, right, to more positive and loving experiences in life, and that's just how I choose to live my life because I'll be honest with you, I'm a very different person than I was when I was 25. You know what I mean? So, but thank you very much for seeing that because it was a natural response for me, which it wouldn't have been when I was 25. So, I wish you guys could. Yeah. Okay. So, Yano, does it seem to be weird in people's minds to be perpetually the age you were when you made the movie? In people's minds, not sure how old you were. Of course, you're older now. So, I can talk to that in my very first convention that I went to was in 2006, and I think it got stuck for some reason. This is stuck. There we go. 2006 in Meadowsland, Jersey, at a chiller show, and the experiences of families bringing up their children, and the children, of course, adults understand that we all get older, right? But children, they don't put the two things together. Like when they see it on TV, they think they're still children. You know what I mean? So they just don't understand that that person is getting older or older now. So when children would come up to me at the table and their father or their mother would say, "That's Grover Dill," and they would look at me and look at the picture, and look at me, and look at their mom and say, "That's not Grover Dill. That's not him. He's old." That's happened so many times with the experience. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that was whoever asked that question because I don't see your name in here. Um, that's usually what happens. What's up, Susie? It's totally perfect tradition, and the new movie is absolutely phenomenal. Yes, we agree. Thank you. Loved it. Peter was on the ball, and he completely nailed it. What an amazing dedication to the old man. Yeah, somebody had asked, this was another question about how would, um, you know, Darren McGavin feel about the movie being dedicated. He would be overjoyed. You know what I mean? He would simply be overjoyed about what Peter has done. Um, a friend let his children watch both movies for the first time together. He said they liked the second one better. Speaks volumes for how well they did. Yeah, that's awesome. I think because I think that's a really good one. So I'm going to repeat that, you guys. A friend let his children watch both the movies back to back, and he said that their kids like the second one better. So you got to think about children nowadays and technology and what they're experiencing in this life. For us that are in our 30s, 40s, and 50s, back in our childhood, or even 60s, back in our childhood, there was no technology. Life was as simplistic as it could possibly get. There was no cell phones. There was no internet. None of that existed. And so us was like always in the street. Like we are playing in the street, climbing trees and falling out of trees and causing ruckus and doing all kinds of crazy stuff as kids. Kids don't necessarily are able to get away with that nowadays because we have such a fear factor that things might happen to them. But also, it's like we're always at a high alert of protecting our kids. So um, I would agree that they probably would like the second one better because of the kids in that movie are more, I would say, geared toward today's generation, and that's just another fantastic thing they did in the movie. So that was actually from Mike Bulliani. I don't know if I pronounced your last name right. Forgive me if I didn't. Toledo with Flick. I want to meet you. Come to Toledo with Flick. I don't know what you're. your name is. When is I don't know when Scotty's going to Toledo. But let him know. Let me know. And I don't know. We're trying to figure something out. It's totally a perfect tradition, and the new movie is absolutely phenomenal. Yep, 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 yep. All right. I'm 41 and I just met my dad. Whoa. It's been truly amazing. I can't wait for us to sit down and watch the movie the first time together. That's awesome, Rachel. Being 41 years old and just meeting your dad. Whew. Yeah, that's a game changer right there. I wish you all the best and hopefully positive things come out of it. That's for sure. Okay, yada yada yada. When's part three? So people have been already saying part three is Grover Dill's life. What happened to Grover Dill? Like nobody knows what happened to Grover Dill. So that would be kind of cool. That would be awesome. I can't wait to see the new one. I wish Dad was here to watch with me. Yeah, um, so I don't know if you guys know this, but my father passed away from colon cancer when I was 6 years old. And so, remember I told you about those very, very special experiences that I had when I was a kid with the Advent calendar. I remember one year with the Advent calendar, and that Christmas was amazing. Like I knew Santa was coming. It was like, the night before, there was no presents under the tree on Christmas Eve. No presents. My mom and my dad didn't do that. They didn't fill up the presents. Like they hid all the presents, and all the presents came from Santa. None of them came from my mom and my dad. And it was my two sisters and myself. And we would open up the Advent calendar, every day before Christmas. And that was just something super special. We would all gather around the fireplace with hot cocoa in our pajamas and around the Christmas tree. Christmas music is playing, and we open up the Advent calendar every single night. That's what we do. And we just sit there and watch that old cartoon that with Burl Ives that he would narrate it. There was the old animated cartoon. It was like claymation, which I can't remember the name of it is now, but that was a super special time for me. And the only time that I remember that was that special with the Advent calendar, and then waking up the next morning at Christmas morning, and then the whole like just presents everywhere. Cookies were half eaten, milk was half gone, right? The whole thing. So my mom and my dad played it really well when I think I was like 4 years old, and I remember that vividly. So to be able to share time with your family during Christmas or during holidays, or just really just having a father in your life is depending. I mean, because some people have a very horrible experience with parents, but if you have a good experience with your family during the traditions of Christmas, it makes the bond a lot tighter. You know what I mean? So. Um, That's great. Did you get permission? Do I have to get permission? Uh-oh, what happened to it? I just lost it. Second one was good, but my favorite is still the first one. Yeah. Okay. Did you have to get permission from members of Gene's family to make the sequel since it's based on his stories? That's a great question. I think that would be a question for Pete. I'm not exactly aware of the whole process. Remember, I was totally out of the loop. I was invited because I'm Grover Dill in the original. So when it comes to the whole process of production, copyrights, whatever the case may be, I have no idea. So that would be a question for Pete if you ever get a chance to ask him. Um, oh, he's Susie. He's definitely smiling down. My dad, and I don't know how you guys feel, but if you're a parent, somebody that you actually love, um, he's with me all the time. Like I know my dad's probably sitting right next to me. Like, yeah, with him still. Had a lot of really cool experiences like that. And I don't know if you guys believe it or not, but I completely do. His energy is always with me. And I truly believe that. So, um, all right. Kenny Hoods, happy holidays to you, man. Hoodman, Kenny Hoopman. There you go. Sorry, I didn't mean to mess up your last name, man. Scott will be in Toledo later this month. Okay. Um, Well, if you're talking to if you talk to Scotty, tell him to let me know, and maybe I can work something out. Um, all right. So the first movie's a classic. You have the second one. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. As for your comment on technology, we had cable, HBO, Showtime, and three main channels. As for tech, we had Apple II, Commodore 64, Atari, ColecoVision, Vision, and later on Nintendo. Yeah, I remember when On TV came out. That was like the first box that you got, and it was just a button or it was a round switch knob that turned on. It was off, and On TV was like gave you MTV and a couple of other channels, which was pretty cool. My 10-year-old and 5-year-old granddaughters love the original. They haven't seen the sequel yet. They're gonna love the sequel too. I'd like to, Susie, I'd like to hear about their responses when you do show it to them, because that'd be really cool to learn. Yes, part three. All right, so oof, yeah, I do lost my son at 8, 9. I feel him all the time. Yeah, you do. He ain't leaving you. His energy's not leaving you. His physical body did. His energy's not. My 4-year-old daughter is obsessed with the Christmas story. Oh my god, that is so cute. Uh, her obsession might be worse than yours. That is so adorable. That's amazing. Um, okay. Man, thank you guys so much for sharing your experiences. This is amazing. It really truly is. I appreciate you taking the time to type all this in. Make sure that you let me know where you're from. Because I always like to see that replying to undefined living on 17/21st. And okay, all right. Check your messenger when you can. Oh, Andre, Andres, excuse me. Yeah, as soon as Ian reached out, I think, yeah, I'll check it, bro. I'll check it because we need to get that. We need to get that on. So for all of you guys that are on this live right now, Andres, do me a favor and just put in here real quick what dates it's gonna be, so that I can just tell everybody real quick as well. Um, Ian, Ian Randy from the movie Ian Petrella is gonna be doing a live podcast. So we're gonna be posting that stuff in the group as well with the links and all that stuff. And I think it's like the 23rd or the 24th, I think, on this. Let me know. Um, yeah, I'll check it though. But I'll let you guys know. We're gonna post all that stuff because he's gonna be with Andres, which is gonna be a really cool podcast. You guys want to check in or tune into that one as well. All right. In the original, when Farkas was punching your arm, you did so many takes of that scene when you went home with a very sore arm. Is this true? Yeah. Plus, what made it worse is that literally it was about 30 below zero during that scene. So his mitts, remember when he was socking me, his mitts were like rocks. They were like bricks. And there was different angles that we tried doing, so on and so forth. And finally at the 16th take, that's when Barb Clark said, "We got it, cut, moving on." So 16 times back and forth, right? 2 or 3 times. But the last one, when he hit me, Bob wanted him to hit me really hard to make it authentic. So, mm, yeah. December 23rd at 7 p.m. Put this in your calendar, you guys. December 23rd at 7 p.m. Ian is going live on a podcast. And again, we're going to be posting the links and all that stuff in the Facebook groups for you guys to tune in. Okay. Hey, Judy, what's up, girl? Judy Clover Flick. Oh my God, did you get a chance to hit it back? No, I didn't get a chance to hit him back. But we try to create some different stuff for the sequel. Like Zach was all about, since now Grover Dill is swoller than Scott Farkas, he wanted the director to allow me to tackle him, right? Which would have been a lot more fun, but it wasn't consistent with the movie. So they still did what they did. What's up, Christine Miller? Did you get to keep any of the movie props? No, I didn't get to keep any of the props. Everything was, well, from what I understood, everything was rented, so we had to give it back. So that's why a lot of the stuff that we donated to the museum at A Christmas Story house was personal stuff. Majority of the props and like clothings, it was from a rental company. And I guess whoever made that agreement to purchase that stuff hooked it up and got that stuff from the huge warehouse that was renting all of the clothes for the cast. So, oh, that's your B Day on the 23rd. Happy B Day coming up. Nice. Florence, Kentucky here. What's up, Christine? Okay. Kentucky. Howdy. What's up, Judy? When Zach punched you in the arm, you should have threatened to tell your dad. Yeah, I know. You're right. How many takes in the sequel? 4 takes. 4 takes in the sequel, we got it. And that was just angle and lighting because it was kind of a weird situation that we were in a small, very small studio, in a very small space. So 4 takes, and it was done. And Pete loved it. And we did 2 different. So just so this is kind of a secret here. We did 2 different types of takes. So we were dressed up as police officers, and we did that. And then we were dressed up as our old or an older, younger uniform, right? So our original clothes from when we were kids. And they chose that because it was just, it made it more funnier. You know what I mean? For me to be in a cop suit and for him to be in a cop suit, it didn't bring that nostalgia back from the original. Yeah. Guess what? Tomorrow's my 32nd birthday. Happy birthday to you, girl 888. That's your username. I don't know what your real name is. Iowa here is in the house. Do me a favor and put your guys' names in there because for some reason YouTube doesn't like to show me your guys' names. And for some reason I'm not able to look at this feed in Facebook just yet. All right, so I do have a leg lamp. It's actually in my it's in my office. It's right next to my computer. When I usually do videos from my desk, I usually put the leg lamp in there. It's just a small top one. I don't have a large full size leg lamp yet. Probably gonna be working on that here. So right on. I'm glad I caught you on here tonight. Groovy brother. What's up, Jared? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining in, man. My kids got me the leg lamp for Mother's Day 6 years ago. Oh, that's amazing. Good job. What's up, Allie? Thank you for letting me know your name. Appreciate that. This is me. Let me first. What are your thoughts on A Christmas Story 2? Well, I mean, when I first saw it at a private screening at Legendary Studios in LA with the entire cast from the new movie and us kids, or I should say us original cast members, you know, that first scene, man, is gut wrenching. Like literally I started crying when you get that phone call. And then anticipation of having a family Christmas, then all of a sudden, no, it's going to be completely changed. So it was really good, man. I really enjoyed the whole thing, and especially even at the end. You know how in the original, it was super special in the end where Dad, you know, had the Red Ryder BB gun hidden for Ralphie, and once all the presents were open, then he was like hinting, like, "Oh wait, there's another present. Like, what's behind the desk?" And that essence, that magic for the child, what I thought brought true was at the end of the sequel of number 2, where now all of the presents are from Dad, and so Christmas morning they're like, Dad, and then, you know, of course Mom was like, yeah, Dad did good, and just her ability to kind of hold back the pain of him being gone, but enjoying that he is still part of the Christmas. Yeah. Oh, so you got to put that leg lamp in your will. It always goes to the oldest one first. When you put your leg lamp in the will for your kids, the most responsible one is the one that gets it. It doesn't matter about age, put it like that. Um, Kevin, Indianapolis, I'm hearing that A Christmas Story is not playing 24 hours here on TBS, but I'll have it playing. Oh, I didn't even know. I never knew that. I thought it was just going to be a thing, but yeah, I don't know. You have my favorite line in the whole movie that I used to use all the time. Nah, your Aunt Tilly. Yeah, hey, yeah, that was that. I loved that line. That was one of my favorite lines on the schoolyard before class starts. Yeah. Can you tell us the story behind Bob Clark switching yours and Zach's characters, making Scott the bully and not the toady? You never thought of that. The old man in both movies came through. Yeah, the old man in both movies came through. Man, it was amazing tying all that in. All right, so what's up, Lisa from Indiana? Were there any crushes for your filming? Um, can you get a little bit more descriptive about what that question is? Were there any crushes for your filming? I don't know what that means. Is there any deleted scenes in the original movie? So, okay, um, I'm gonna answer this one last question because it's already 9:38, getting close to my bedtime. So this question is actually a really good question. Um, I'll tell the quick story behind the scenes about Bob Clark switching our characters. And then I'm going to do the advent calendar opening, and then I'm going to love on you guys, and then we'll call it a night. So, but I want you guys to tune in and keep asking these questions because you guys got a lot of questions. And remember, we still got some days left to spend some time with each other. So, this question, when I got the script and I went on the audition, my audition was Grover Dill, which Grover Dill was the lead bully. It was so everything that Scott Farkus spoke in the movie A Christmas Story were my lines as Grover Dill. So when I got the job, I had memorized all of those lines, which Scott Farkus spoke in the movie, but they were actually Grover Dill's. And he did the same thing when he auditioned. He auditioned with my lines as Scott Farkus because Grover Dill was the main bully, Scott Farkus was the sidekick. That's how it's written in the past from those two different characters. So Scott, if you guys know, Scott, the meaning of it is scat, right? It's kind of like cow poop, is what his father used to call him. That's kind of and Zach really tells that story really well. So when we got to set, like literally when I met Zach at wardrobe the very first day, we clicked, like we became really good friends and still are to this day. Like he's my brother. And so when we got to set the very first day, of course, I'm a little dude, and Zach's a little bit taller than me. I mean, none of us actually grew anymore. Just kidding. But Zach was always about 6 to 8 inches taller than I was, right? So when we got to set, Bob Clark was like, hmm. He's looking at us. He just didn't say anything. He's just looking at us. He said, "Okay, um, Yano, I want you to learn Scott Farkus's lines, and Zach, I want you to learn Grover Dill's lines. And that's what you guys are. That's the character that you're gonna go with. But you guys are gonna stay Scott Farkus and stay Grover Dill. You're just gonna switch your lines." And in my mind, I'm thinking, "Oh my God, I spent weeks memorizing all those lines." Memorization of lines as your job to be an actor, for me, was hard work, man. It took me a long time to really become that character and learn those lines because I was always taught that production, the whole entire production process costs a lot of money because everybody has to get paid and it's a union job. And so time is money, time is money, time is money. So when they say action, and if you as an actor can't deliver on your craft and execute the way the producer and the directors want you to execute, and they have to cut. All right, let's try this and do this and do that. Try this, do this and that. Okay, action. And if they do that so many times, you're digging into the budget. So when he said to switch lines, I was like, oh, wow. Man, that was frustrating. So we did a lot of creativity, which was very good because Bob Clark was amazing as a director. There was a lot of new lines that he just threw in and said, "Don't worry about the old lines." So I kind of created an excessive amount of unnecessary stress for myself as a 10-year-old child, stressing that I have to memorize all those lines. So, but as you know, can you imagine what a Christmas story would be like if Grover Dill was the main bully and Scott Farkus was the Tully or the sidekick? But it would be a very different movie. But it also could have worked very well. But we will never know because it is what it is. It's done. It's in rock. It is now the Smithsonian said it is a national treasure. The cast of A Christmas Story are legends, and so that's kind of concrete now. Ain't nothing changing that one. So I just wanted to share that experience with you guys, and now I want to do the advent calendar. Okay, so give me a moment. Let me pull this up. And so we are on day 7, you guys. All right, so here it is. Let me just pull you guys over here a little bit quicker into the light. All right, so advent calendar number 7. So this is a window in the Christmas Story house. It's open. Oh, whoa! What is that? Woohoo! What is that? Electric sax glowing in the window. Yes. Let's try not to break it. Oh, oh my God. Ah, yes. Awesome. That is amazing. That is totally amazing balls. That is very cool. You know, I've actually had fans come up to me with ornaments this size and ask me, "Can you sign that?" And we do. We have these really tiny little ballpoint, little fine pens, and we sign them. Like super cool, huh? Yeah. So let me see if I can actually figure out how to put this back on. See if it'll actually work. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this. Check out this T-shirt. Ain't that kind of cool? See what it says? Karma. Can you see the whole thing? Maybe. Karma will fudge you. Yeah. What does that say? All right, who's next? If you like that T-shirt, you need to get one. And I made this long before the incidents. The incidents. This is not gonna work. I can't get it on the time. Yep, it's in the store if you guys want it. Just gotta search for it. All right, let me see if this works. Kabam! Perfecto. All right, you guys. Um, thank you for tuning in. Love you guys very much. Thank you for all the fantastic questions. You guys are making this year prior to the 40th anniversary for me a very special time. So I just want to say thank you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Saturday night, you're probably not going to see me. Um, just heads up. So I will post if I'm going to make it Saturday night or not, just to let you guys know so you're not hanging out, but Sunday night for sure. Okay, so tomorrow and Sunday night, we'll be hanging out doing the advent calendar one more time. And I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Let me just see. Can you tell us the story behind? Oh, yeah, I did that. All right, cool. On to the next. Later, brother. You guys have a good night. You're welcome, Betty. It's a pleasure. Love you guys. Good night, everyone. Have a great night. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy this month of Christmas, and we'll see you soon. Okay. Love you guys.